Have you ever said to yourself that you could find a good relationship if only you knew where all the good men were? Today, I'm going to give you 4 tips to finding where the men are. My name is Asha Lapps, and I help women in their 30s and 40s who have been single, who have been struggling with relationships, to find a loving and healthy relationship. So, the big question I always get is, where are all the men? And spoiler alert, they are actually everywhere. And today I'm going to give you 4 tips to finding where all these great men are. So tip number 1, and it might be an obvious one, but barring us going through COVID, you need to get out of your house. I know it's easy to jump on an app and start to just scroll. However, all of the great men are not necessarily on the dating apps. And how are you going to find them? You will not find or see them or attract them if you don't get out there. So you're going to have to get out of your house. And you can do something like going out to an event. Maybe there's something that you enjoy doing or you like to do, and you can get dressed and make sure you look nice and get out and go to an event. But you can just decide to do some of those everyday little things that you would have done conveniently, whether that's, ordering Uber Eats. Maybe instead of ordering Uber Eats, you go out and you pick up your lunch and you pick up your dinner. Maybe you are in the office, or even worse, maybe you work from home, so you don't get a chance really to get out and see people. So maybe you decide, instead of just ordering something in or eating lunch at your desk, maybe you get out and again, go pick up what you need to eat. Maybe you usually order in your groceries. Why don't you get out and go to the grocery store? Go to the local grocery store, go to Walmart, whatever you've got to do, get out. And why is this important? Because it is so important to just exist in life and take a moment to actually slow down and see who is already there. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've just gone to the grocery store or stopped off quickly at the restaurant to pick up my lunch and have had guys approach me to talk to me as I am going about my life. So I think it's so important to not just wait for a day to say, I'm gonna go out now and I'm gonna look for guys. And I'm gonna tell you, this is the worst approach, because one of the themes that we are going to be exploring as we go through this process is the concept of feminine energy. And if you're a woman who is usually super career oriented, you're used to being the one who's the go-getter, you get things done, I have to break the news to you that that mode that you use in your career and in your business, that is not the mode at all that you want to apply to dating and relationships, and possibly why you have maybe had trouble in the past. So you want to live the life that you're living, but maybe adjust a few things that will get you out of the house, get you in front of real people, out of the house, out of the apartment, out of your condo, and get you in front of real people who are also living their lives every day. And let me tell you that most guys are not going to be on dating apps. The hardworking guys, the guys that have got their heads down, that they're doing their thing, again, working hard, are not going to be sitting scrolling on dating apps all day. And in order for you to be able to see them or run into them, you have to get out of the house. Okay, got that? So next thing, revive your hobbies. So one of the things that happens when you are a career person or you're super busy, you start to forget the things that brought you joy. So I'm going to encourage you to take some time. If you don't have a journal that you like to write in, I really encourage you through this process to find a notebook that you love and start a journal if you don't already have one. And as I talk about different topics, I really encourage you that if something is speaking to you or sticking out to you, take a moment. I'm going to prompt you on some as well, but if something stands out to you, I would really encourage you to take a moment and take some time in that journal and explore the topic. But this one, I really want to encourage you to maybe take a moment and ask yourself, what are some of the hobbies and the pastimes that maybe you've had in the past that you have neglected or you haven't had enough time for? What is something that you always enjoy doing? Maybe you were into dancing, maybe you like to exercise, maybe you like to run, maybe you like to do art or pottery, or you paint or anything like that. And really take some time to go back and explore that and find some ways to get back into that hobby. And why is this so important? It's important for a couple of things. You want to be somebody with a well-rounded life. So the course that I teach is called Love Life, Find Love. And I really believe that when you take the opportunity to love yourself and love your life, you will find somebody who also is attracted to you and who's going to love you. So if you're not loving your life, then these dating tips can be very surface, but they're not going to the depth of who you are. And when you are loving your life and you're doing things that you love and enjoy, there's something about your energy that is going to shift. And I really believe this process is all about energy. When you are loving your life, you're enjoying your life, and you have joy from the inside, that is really going to resonate and show up for the other people that are around you. They're going to say that there's something about this person, something about this woman that they can't put their finger on it, but it's there. And when you take the time to go back to some of those things that you enjoyed, especially things that are creative really help to touch that feminine side of us. That is when you're going to start drawing that attention of those great men and those masculine men. And when you can show that happiness and that joy from the inside, think of what it feels like to go back and do some of those hobbies, to do some of the things that you love and enjoy. That is really going to just radiate from the inside out, and you're going to notice that you're going to draw the attention of people that you may not have done in the past. And number 3, I'm going to encourage you to just take a minute and slow down. So again, one of the things that we are going to explore in this process is this concept of feminine energy. And one of the things that feminine energy likes to do is to slow down and be receptive and just be. So when you take that time to get to know your hobbies and also get to know yourself and the things that are important to you and who you are deep down as a person, that will also allow you to attract somebody who gets to know who you are and gets to know you deep down as a person. And if you don't do that work to get to know yourself, how can you expect that somebody else is going to take the time to get to know you? So just something to think about, and something that I would encourage you as well to journal about is, who are you? What are the things that you like? What are your values? What are the things that you love and enjoy? Again, going back to some of those hobbies and those pastimes. And if you can really take the time to communicate with yourself through journaling and uncover those things, if you haven't already, spend some time with yourself so that the person that you attract is interested and excited to spend that time with you, the genuine you, who is under some of those layers. And when you do slow down, we go back to point 1, when you do go outside and you go to pick up your lunch, or you go to the grocery store, or you stop into the bank to do some banking as opposed to doing it online, what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to notice, because when you're a career-driven or goal-oriented woman, you are always on the go. You've got something to do, somewhere to go, someone to see. There's no time to really slow down and, as they say, smell the roses or observe your surroundings. So I want you to slow down, even slow your step down. And I want you to, if you would have rushed by a person, take the time to maybe lift your head up and smile. So if you see somebody that you maybe think is attractive or that you like, you want to get into the habit of lifting your head up, making eye contact, smiling at somebody. And as you practice that, it's going to become common, and you are going to notice a shift in the people around you, that they approach you or they're warming up to you. And that's because you have now become more warm and you've become open. I've heard women say that, oh, guys don't approach me in this city, no matter where you are. I'm in Toronto. I've heard the complaints about this particular city, but I can tell you that over the years that my experience has also shifted, because I have shifted and people approach me and talk to me all the time, even though I'm no longer in the market for a relationship, because I've got an amazing one. But if this in the past has been your experience, if you take the time to do some of these things, then you will notice that people react to you differently. And like I said, everything starts with you. This whole process, you have full control on who you attract, what your experience is, the type of men that you're attracting. And I really, truly believe, and I know that there are great men out there. They're literally everywhere. And one of them could be yours. So again, make sure that you take that time, you slow down, you observe your surroundings. If you're somebody who would have usually been in a rush, take a minute, slow down. And when you slow down, that puts you into your feminine energy, where you can relax, you can sit back, you can be a receiver, and you will notice that those masculine men are going to be the ones that start to talk to you, approach you, and then you can start to have the choice of who you want to be with. So that's it. And once again, my name is Asha. I help women in their 30s and 40s who have struggled with dating and relationships find successful, fulfilling, happy, healthy relationships. If this is you and this has resonated with you today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if there's a tip that really spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know which one stood out the most to you. Take care. See you in the next video.